Alright, welcome back, guys. We are 1 week closer to summer. Hopefully, you're not going too stir crazy. Hopefully, you're getting outside, enjoying the lovely weather whenever it's here. But we're going to go ahead and continue off what we're doing, and we're going to be looking at solving radical equations. Alright, so I can solve equations with radical expressions. Alright, so a radical equation, alright, much like a lot of the other definitions, this is an equation that contains a radical. Alright, pretty straightforward. So as long as it has a square root, a cube root, a fourth root, alright, that's radical equation. An example of that, alright, 2 equals the square root of x plus 4, something along those lines, because all we need is that square root. Alright, so the way that we solve these equations, alright, is by squaring each side. Alright, and just to kind of clarify that, alright, we say that if two equations, or two expressions I should say, are equal, then their squares are also equal. Alright, and what does that look like algebraically? Alright, so if a equals b, then a squared equals b squared. Alright, and it's as simple as that. Alright, so now what we're going to do, alright, let's just jump into some examples. Alright, so we're just going to solve a radical expression. Alright, and the way we do this is we get the radical by itself. Alright, so just a little bit of algebraic manipulation, and then square both sides, and then you'll be fine, and you'll have the answer. So on a, alright, we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. So I have the square root of x equals 8. And then what I'm doing is I'm squaring both sides. So x squared, the square root of x squared, is just x. Alright? 8 squared is 64. And that's your answer. Alright? What about for b? Not number b, letter b. Alright? I have 3 minus the square root of x equals 0. Alright? Alright, because this 3 is positive and this x is being subtracted, I'm going to add the square root of x to both sides. So I get 3 equals the square root of x, and then I just square both sides. Then you get x equals 9. So I think this is pretty easy and straightforward. Alright, you have a couple to do on your own real quick. Should not be that difficult. And we'll jump back on the last page. Alright, so we're back on the back. Alright, and again, alright, we're going to get the radical by itself. Alright, so there's a particular order in which you should approach these problems. Alright, if you have something like number 2, alright, I'm going to subtract 3 first. So I have 4 times the square root of x plus 2 equals 16. Alright, and then I want to get rid of this 4, because 4 times the square root, I'm going to divide it by. So I get the square root of x plus 2 equals 4. All right, then to get rid of the square root, I'm going to square both sides. So those things really technically cancel out. So you have x plus 2 equals 16, and then I just subtract 2. So I get x equals 14. And that's it. All right, on example 3, okay, the square root of 2x minus 1 equals the square root of x plus 4. Okay, so this one's a little bit different, all right, because we have a square root on both sides, but because there's nothing extra on the outside of the square roots, all we're going to do is we're going to square both sides to cancel out the square roots on both sides. So 2x minus 1 equals x plus 4. Then I just need to do some algebra and get x by itself. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides, and I'm also going to add 1 to both sides. So I get x equals 5. And that is it. All right, and the last one, okay, you have the cube root of 5x minus 2 equals 12. Okay, so because the root has a different power, all right, we're going to raise it to this power. So I'm gonna cube both sides. All right, so this is a good time to use your calculator. All right, so the cube and a cube root, those cancel out. So I get 5x minus 2 equals, all right, 12 cubed, which I already plugged in, is 1,728. All right, and the same thing, we're just solving for x now. So I'm going to add 2. 1730, and then I just divide by 5. X equals 346. And that is it. All right, so hopefully, all right, those examples pretty straightforward and kind of covered the basics for you. There's 6 more problems for you to try on your own. All right, and that is it for this section of notes. All right, there will be another section that I will upload in the coming days. All right, so make sure you get back on Wednesday, and they should be up there by then. All right, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.